Happy Saga Thursday, all you warlords out there. Rodge here, aka the Whisko Horn Dog. Welcome to your regular source for Saga, the miniatures game goodness. Today we got a fun episode planned. Now, common question I see come up is, where can I learn more about this game of Saga? Where's everybody at? So Saga, it's been more of a niche game, you could say. So the community isn't as large as some other games, but there's definitely those resources available. They're out there, and I've gathered them up in this episode, and we're going to go over each of them. Now, these are the active English Saga resources out there. So they're still pumping out content in there in English, and that is basically the stuff that I look at. So if you're a newbie, this is going to be a great episode for you. If you're a veteran, hopefully there'll be one or two on this list that maybe are new to you, but we're going to kick it off. There's two obvious Saga sources out there. That's the Gripping Beast website. So they're the miniatures branch of this Saga goodness. So their website is going to give you a good overview of the factions and the official models that are available. They do have a news section that's kind of UK-centric about conventions and stuff like that. And then they do have a mailing list that'll keep you up to date on the various Saga releases. But other than that, not too much on there. Good site to check out for sure. Now, the other half of the duo here is Studio Tomahawk, which is the rules arm of everything. And their official website was actually hacked for a really long time, and maybe like 6 months. And just in the last couple of days here, it's actually back online, which is good because over the years, there's various units and kind of rules and stuff that have come out in like Wargames Illustrated and stuff like that from different channels. And so their website actually has a few PDFs. You can find the priest rules on there, the rules for some swords for hire, Flemish mercenaries. There's like the bard rules. So it's kind of some of the weird stuff that is available out there, kind of the fun stuff that isn't printed in any supplement necessarily, is available on their website. So that is a good source to check out for sure. And then related to that is the Studio Tomahawk forums. These have been around for a long time, and these, if you like forums, this has it all. It does have some of the other Studio Tomahawks games listed on there, but the best thing about the forums, in my opinion, is the numerous tactics articles, or I guess threads in forum speak, dedicated to each of the factions. So these have been around for years and years. You can see there's like 50 pages about Anglo-Saxons, or 100 pages about Vikings, whatever it is. So definitely a lot of rules, nuggets, and stuff like that in there. And you can, besides the tactics and everything, there are basically rules, questions, and answers. And that's a pretty good place to go. It's not super active compared to some of the other stuff I'm going to talk about. And you have to be kind of a forum junkie to get the most out of that. But it's a good place. I pop on there from time to time to check things out. Now, the next one up here is probably not new for anybody. It's with Northern Tempest podcast, and these guys, they're up to episode 9, and they come out about once a month. And this is, again, kind of a UK-centric as far as the events and stuff go, which is cool to hear about. And then each episode, they do have a faction overview, and they kind of differ a little bit from our battle board reviews, where we're kind of like boom, 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 going down each of the abilities. They do more of a kind of a higher overall discussion of the warband. And then the great thing about their reviews is they actually bring in the heroes of the Viking Age, or whatever it may be for the Crescent and Cross factions, and kind of discuss how those guys fit into the various warbands. So I like to hear about that stuff, and they're doing a great job. It's a podcast, and they got a Facebook page as well where they post some goodies from time to time. So those guys are cool. Gonna have a collaboration at some point, I am sure. Next up, we've got on YouTube here, CeltofKernow, and this is probably the best other YouTube Saga source. So this guy, he plays a lot of historical games, but he has plenty of Saga battle reports. Now these are the kind where you take lots of pictures and then you provide a narrative for it. So if you like those ones better than the kind of the real-time video stuff, this is the guy for you. And they're pretty cool. He's got tons of them. I think there's 37 currently. He's having a contest. Gripping Beast gave him some goodies, and when he gets to battle report number 40, somebody is going to get some stuff somehow. So those are fun to watch, and he does a real good job. After that, we've got a blog, and that is Monty at Twin Cities Gamer. So Monty has been doing this for years and years. He's a great gamer. On his blog, you're going to find reviews, tons of army building photos. This guy's a machine when it comes to pumping these out. And he plays a lot of other games as well. And then there's good terrain stuff on there. And he takes lots of good photos. He does a really good job. And if you're looking for some hobby motivation, head on over to the Twin City Gamers blog and check it out. Now there's a couple groups for Facebook. So the big one, and probably my number one recommendation actually, is the Saga Dark Age and Skirmish Facebook group. There's a couple, maybe a few thousand or more people on there. And it's great. People post pictures of their models. If you have any rules questions or anything like that, people get back to you right away. It's really active. If you're already using Facebook, and I've been using Facebook more for hobby stuff more than anything lately, it's a really good source, and just a good group of guys on there. And the opposite number on Google Plus is the Wargaming and the Dark Ages group. This one's a little smaller. I don't use Google Plus, but if you're a fan of that, I'm assuming it's probably a similar experience. And then particular to the Midwest Saga community, of which I'm a part of, there is the Saga Storm group, which is primarily focused around the Twin Cities area of Minnesota, but the Midwest in general. Everybody who heads to Adepticon, I think, is a part of this group. So that one, if you're in the area, check that group out. It talks about the events and stuff in our area, and people post pics and talk Saga like any other group. And then the last one on my list is actually kind of a newer one, but it's the Tale of Saga Painters blog. And this thing just kicked off within the last 2 months or so, but this is a group of guys from around the world, and they're painting Saga models like a bunch of fiends. And each month they have a goal, and then they post pictures of their progress. I hope they can keep it going. I think they're only into month 2, but it's a pretty amazing conglomeration of folks here coming together and getting into the Saga hobby. So if you're looking for some motivation, that is another place you can check out the good Saganess out there. And those are my top picks for active English sources of Saga goodness. So if you have anything that I'm missing, please definitely post below. You can post. It doesn't have to be active. There's a Saga Tapestry blog that I'm aware of that has a lot of articles from a few years ago, which is pretty good. But if there's any other active sites or anything like that, I love to promote. I'm going to put all of these in the links below, obviously, and then I'm actually going to, every Saga Thursday, I'm just going to have them down there for people to check out. So definitely give me more stuff to add to that list. We want to grow the Saga community wherever we can, and I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. If you're a fan, favorite this shit, share it with a friend, spread the word about the Saga community out there. Become that hobby horn dog you've always dreamed about today, my friends. I will catch you guys next week. Saga!